What different side did you see?
uh, uh, just a different side, a lot of things on that, and KB recording a song about that, and spilling some things that weren't supposed to be spilled, and with him finding out some things about his family and his mother. How was that whole experience with you?
Okay, I wouldn't say there was any difference. I'd just say we just saw more of like one of his traits from season one. We just saw them more in depth in season two, you know. We saw a lot of vulnerability and sort of like um stretching how far he'd go for bullying, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen season two, we can see that he could actually potentially go as far as, going against his family a bit, just to like help her out and see her whole situation through. So yeah, that I would say is seeing more of what we saw in season one.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
this show, especially season one, got a lot of recognition globally. Everyone is just rooting for Blood and Water, including me. So was there any pressure when you guys were, filming season two, as in, okay, this has to be perfect, and it is perfect, by the way. So was there any pressure from you guys, as in, okay, I have to stop this, can I do this? And like,
I think for me, initially in the beginning, there definitely was pressure because for me, I wanted to top or hopefully top what we had given in the first season, entertainment wise, performance wise, doing justice to the characters. And then I had a nice conversation with a friend of mine, and he asked me what was my mindset while shooting season one, because season one was something that no one had seen before. And I was like, I just had fun because I didn't want to feel the pressure of it being a Netflix show. And then it's like, okay. And you saw the response of having fun. And I was like, I did. So I used the exact same process for season one in season two and just having fun. But that only happened like a day after we started shooting already. So like my second day on set was when I fully just decided to have fun and sort of forget about the pressure, because there wasn't pressure during season one. There was just the fun, and I just wanted to have fun again. And hopefully it shows across in season two.
uh, we are definitely getting season three. It was dope. Okay, I think representation is important for me, and getting Blood and Water from season one, and Alma being casted as a lead, and she's also a black dark skinned girl, which is very rare. I'm sure it was thrilling to you, but how important is representation to you and inclusivity?
I mean, it's quite important. I think especially in the industry that we're having a lot of conversations about that, about showing more, people of color and just different bodies on screen, because these people, I'm not say these people, but like we exist, because I'm also part of the marginalized, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, we exist, and our stories matter as well, and not only to see us on screen when we're telling stories of pain or suffering, but something that is like joy and like light and love, something that a lot of teenage girls go through. Being in a relationship for the first time, being in high school, just that experience. And I think I think telling stories like that from that perspective is very important, because they do actually exist. And I think it kind of molds the way in which we see, dark-skinned girls, or, anyone that we're representing in the story.
Absolutely. And the show, we got a lot of legends, icons on the show. How was it with you guys when you worked with those guys? I mean, there's a lot this season. How was it, and being alongside such people who are doing great in the industry?
Sorry, I'm just gonna go first with this one because I already have something in my mind.
Yeah, it's fine.
I met Ubab Silo, and I was so excited. I don't know what to say to him. So we get put in the green room together, and like he's sitting next to me, and I had to make a conversation with him. I'm like, okay, I have to speak to him. Like, I have to say something. And then I say to him, so what is it like, being on, how do you feel like being on set? He's like, I should ask you, how do you feel? And I was like, yes, of course, like you've done this a million times. Like, why would I think, But I was just that excited just to talk to him and just to hear his voice and genuinely just get like, you know, how he feels about, you know, shooting with us. And, you know, they're so incredible that like you even forget that they are these icons and have done so much work. I think they're so professional in the sense of they don't make us feel that we can't be comfortable around them, or, you know, I feel that I can act, I can come and do my job and focus on just doing that and not worry about the pressure of like, okay, no, I'm acting with Ubabsilo Make, like this is Achi, guys, this is not just anyone, you know. So yeah, and Gail is so amazing as well. She's been like a huge support system for me, personally and in my work life. So yeah, really incredible working with them. Like we're so blessed.
Yeah. And for you, Tabang, also, because you were also working a lot with Babsilo Maki, how was it with you too?
It was nerve-wracking, you know. It sort of like puts a lot of pressure on you to, like, you know, bring your A game as well and sort of like pick up whatever positive aspect you can from them, you know, and just, you know, apply to your own work. So yeah, in that sense, it is a good thing, you know. Personally, coming from you know, because let me make an example, right? I was a rugby player, and I'd always perform best with the best players. And if I had to play with like players that are regarded as, you know, not the best, you sort of like tone it down to that level. So the best in the game bring out the best in you. So that for me was the takeaway.
Um, Wait, I mean, Dylan, sorry. You bring a comic side to the show. It's very, you are hilarious and all. So how do you prepare for that? As in, okay, now I have to, you know, bring my A game to this because you are, you know, you're everyone's favorite. Everyone knows that, and you're actually really good. How do you get to prepare to bring that comic side?
Comedy is hard.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize up until I had to play comedy. But what I tried to do with Wade, because Wade is naturally funny. He's not a jokester, but his demeanor, his way of being is what people find funny and entertaining. And that's what I tried to sell with. I tried to be as authentic as I could with Wade, with his reactions. I tried to make a point with how I react and what I react to, making sure that what I do is in a comical way, a bit exaggerative at times, but natural and very extreme to the situation that he's finding himself in at that point. So I tried to go that route instead of just blatantly coming out like, I want to be funny. It normally doesn't work when you just want to be funny. So I had to play around that way, using his personal traits, like being authentic, reacting to every situation in the most natural way possible. But it was hard. It was hard to find the tone of Wade at first. I remember during season 1, with the help of Masipo, she helped me find his rhythm, his way of being, his choice of dialect, his choices when to change in pitch and when to change in tone, what makes that. And then stepping into season 2 with the lovely directors that we did have, we were able, or I was able to now just fully flow into that due to me having it set already during season 1. But it was a bit of a doozy to get the comedy part of Wade at first.
Yeah, and I have to say, personally, Spio is my fave, and I got my heart broken at some point with that. Because KB, why is KB hating? I mean, Spio.
Yeah, why is
it? Why is KB hating on Spio? I mean,
I don't know. I think that moment.
Why is KB what?
Why is KB hating on Spio?
That's Spio. I think at that current point, it was the right thing to do for KB. It's like, oh, is this why you wanna take it and then?
But I mean, it's Pio. I mean, our young icon. We've lost a good guy. Honestly, and I saw on this season, you guys, the setting you got to do, you know, shoot in different places. How was that experience for you guys to be able to just breathe and be out of podcast in your houses?
It was great. I think yeah, we got to see a lot of interesting places that I think we would not necessarily think to visit when we're in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So got to shoot in the aquarium, which was very nice. Got to see some beautiful fish, and just that experience. Yeah, of just seeing Cape Town, and I think I like the fact that, I mean, obviously it was for the audience to see more of Cape Town.
Yeah.
I think the actors and personally, it was great to also experience Cape Town like that.
Yeah. And a lot of people were rooting for Puleng and Wade to finally get into it. So I want to know from you guys, how do you think people will receive that? Because it was, I don't know, how do you think people will receive the whole, you know, Puleng, Wade, and then KB, Puleng, Wade, you know, the whole back and forth thing.
Somehow, I feel like everyone's gonna blame Puleng. It's not her fault, but she's gonna get.
Is it not? Oh, I mean,
Yeah, is it not?
I mean,
Not
Guys, how is it Puleng's fault?
I mean,
How is it not? That should be the question.
How was it her fault? That's
okay,
how is it not?
I just find her so irresistible. Like what is she supposed to do?
but I don't know. There's a lot, and I think there's going to be a lot more. I'm hoping that we get season 3, because you know there's a lot more that we need to know, especially from KP's side and what he's going to do, and you and I mean Puleng, you know what she's now going to decide. But I also would like to know: do you think now that you know about Puleng and Fikile, do you think they'll ever have a genuine relationship though? Because you know the whole thing, how it started and how it is now, and everything.
I think it's going to be how it is in life, yeah. I think that the relationship between Puleng and Fikile will never be normal, because how they were introduced to each other was not normal, you know.
Yeah.
Fikile's life got turned upside down completely. Like life as she's known it, you know, for 17 years is actually not what it was. But I was actually, Kosi, now having a conversation about what really stuck out for me and why I love that relationship so much, is that because they're like sisters, they fight like sisters, they love each other like sisters. And one of my favorite scenes actually in season 2 was the bar scene at the matric dance. You know, that scene that they have when they finally find out that they're sisters, and like they at the bar and they chilling. And the reason why we love that scene so much is because that's how we were first introduced to Puleng and Fikile, was at the bar at her party. So it felt like a full circle moment, you know. Yeah, so it was very interesting.
Yeah, for me, I think it was from episode 5, the whole thing when you guys met and you got the results. It was really emotional, by the way, because I found myself, you know, chopping onions at some point, and then that episode where she was closing the door for Puleng, I was like, this is great. So I think it was really nice. Thank you so much, guys, for coming here. My time is up. I'm hoping we get season 3, because the was iconic, and I'm sure everyone will love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Announcements. We're going through to the next interview. So Bello from Justin J. I'm letting him in.
But they know the story. Yeah.
Yeah,